What's up, everybody? Matt Miller, and welcome back to another episode of Marketing and Mindset with Matt Miller. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite books, Expert Secrets, and it's going to be a book review. And I'm going to talk about the book and what I enjoyed about it. So the book is Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, the underground playbook for converting your online visitors into lifelong customers. So who's the book for? To read a couple lines from it, he says, I believe that your business is a calling. You've been called to serve a group of people with their products, services, and offers that you've created. Expert Secrets will show you how to build a movement of people whose lives you can change. So it's really for anybody who thinks they have a message to share, or anyone that wants to build an audience or build a following. And the book it has four sections, four main sections. So the first one is creating your movement. The second one is creating belief. The third one is 10x secrets, one-to-many selling. And the fourth one is becoming your dream customer's guide. There's a total of 19 chapters where he calls them secrets. And I gave the book a 9 out of 10. So whenever I read a book, I give it a rating. So I gave this one a 9 out of 10. Very few of my books do I give 9 out of 10s. So this one was definitely at the top of the list. And the book is a total of 347 pages. And it is the second book in the trilogy. And he has three different books. The first one is Dotcom Secrets. The second one in the trilogy is this book, which is Expert Secrets. And the third one is Traffic Secrets, which is the final book in the trilogy. And what's really cool about this book is you can get a free copy. You can go to, you can just Google it. You can Google Expert Secrets, Russell Brunson, free book. And that's what I did to get this free copy. I Googled that, and he basically will give you the free book. You'll have to pay shipping and handling. It's probably $7. But when you get the free book, he also gives you a bunch of free bonuses. And that's why I love getting the free books, especially from these online marketers like Russell Brunson. So when I did the free book, I think he does a lot of different speeches. And I think his most famous one, he sold millions of dollars of some kind of product. And he had like a 60 slide keynote speech that he gave, and he gives you all the slides to that speech. So I thought that was pretty cool. He's really good at marketing. So when you go get the free book, he will try to upsell you different courses. So I think there's probably spend another $30 and you get this course. A lot of times it's a lot of value and I recommend it. But if you get the free copy, that's how they make money on these books. They will try to get you with the upsell. There could be multiple upsells. But a lot of times they're a lot of value. So if you think it's worth it, go ahead and get it. Another thing is you can read the physical copy, and it's 347 pages. Or what I did is I got the audiobook version on Audible, and that version is 6.5 hours. What's cool about that is he is the actual narrator, so you'll be able to listen to him read his own book to you, which I think is also pretty cool. One of the sections is becoming the expert. And this is one of the sections that resonated most with me. One of the chapters in it is finding your voice. And he talks about if you publish every single day for a year, you'll be able to find your voice because you're able to articulate it better. Another thing is he talks about teaching your frameworks. So as you're speaking, as you're sharing, you'll develop certain ways that you like to teach and that you can make that different frameworks. So you can do like step-by-step processes and really show people and teach people in certain ways that you resonate with. And then lastly, he talks about the three core markets of health, wealth, and relationships. So he makes the argument that those are the three markets. If you're going to sell a product, it's going to fall into one of those main categories. This podcast is about marketing. So the core market is going to be wealth. And then within wealth, a sub-market, you'll find marketing. Another thing that I really like about this book is he talks about it in Secret 11. He gives you his perfect webinar framework. This framework revolves around the three core phases of the big domino, the three secrets, and the stack and the closes. So the big domino is like the first thing and the biggest thing that the entire presentation is designed around. And if you get your point across on this very first thing, then the rest of the presentation is going to be very easy and straightforward. So it's like the number one thing that you put your most attention and effort into to try to get your point across. And after the big domino, he talks about how there's going to be customer objections, and you have to talk to both the internal beliefs and rejections and the external beliefs and rejections. And he incorporates that in his 3 secrets. And then after that, he talks about the stack and the close. And the stack and the close is all about selling. That's when you transition from teaching and trying to refute the internal and external beliefs down to the actual selling. And in a 90-minute presentation, he broke it up into the first 15 minutes. You want to have your introduction, talk about the big domino and the origin story. And then the next 15 minutes would be your secret number 1. And then the next 15 is secret number 2. And then the next 15 minutes is secret number 3. And those include the internal and external beliefs. And then around the last 30 minutes is what he typically uses for selling. And the one thing that is consistently brought up in this book is that the best way to connect with others and to drive home a point is to share a story. So according to a Stanford study, stories are remembered up to 22 times more than facts alone. And if you think about, a recent podcast, or a recent book that you listened to or read, or maybe something that you learned either on your own or through research, if it's incorporated and bundled up in a story, that's typically when you remember something. Because with stories, oftentimes there's also an emotional appeal as well as a logical appeal. And that really drives home the facts in a story. So in conclusion, this is one of the top books that I've read over the last year or so. It's really good for online marketing purposes, but also just teaching, how to share your message, how to craft a selling proposition, and do all that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend the book. It's one of the books that gave me some inspiration to start this podcast. And, I really recommend Russell Brunson. I've read the 3 books, the trilogy. Again, it's Dotcom Secrets, and then Expert Secrets, and then Traffic Secrets. And then he's also got a book called The Linchpin, which I've also read, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, go ahead and get the book, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.